The security checkpoint on Station Novaris hummed with the usual efficiency of Coalition space. Commander Lissa Kane stood with her arms slightly raised as the Veltorian guard's scanner passed over her body for the third time, its blue light flickering nervously across her military uniform. Again? Lissa asked, keeping her voice level. The translator implant behind her ear converted her words into the melodic clicks of the Veltorian language. The guard's 4 eyes blinked in sequence, a sign of distress among his species. His chitinous fingers trembled as he confiscated her combat knife, adding it to a growing collection that included her sidearm, her backup blade, the small ceramic cutter from her boot, and even the sharpened credit chit she'd carried as a last resort. "You are, from Earth, yes?" the guard asked, his natural voice like wine through hollow reeds. "Terra, yes. Is there a problem?" The guard's mandibles clicked anxiously. "You must understand, Commander Kane. Humans are, you are from a death world. Your capacity for violence is..." He struggled for the words. "Your species survived being hunted by carnivores we would classify as siege weapons. We must take precautions." Lissa had heard it all before. In the 10 years since humanity had joined the Galactic Coalition, their reputation had preceded them. A world with gravity that would crush most species, an atmosphere so oxygen-rich it was practically flammable, weather systems that spawned storms the size of small countries, and predators that had shaped humanity into something the galaxy found both fascinating and terrifying. "I understand," she said simply. "May I proceed to the diplomatic quarters?" The guard gestured her through, clearly relieved to have her out of his sector. The peace conference was already tense when she arrived. The Veltorians and the KRYLL had been locked in a territorial dispute for 3 standard years, and this station represented neutral ground. Lissa was there as an observer, a role humans had increasingly filled since their analytical minds and pattern recognition had proven valuable in negotiations. She took her seat in the observation gallery, noting the layers of security, the armed guards from both species positioned at every entrance. The Veltorians with their ceremonial blade staffs, the KRYLL with plasma rifles that hummed with barely contained energy. The negotiations began civilly enough. Then collapsed spectacularly. Lissa saw it happen in slow motion, the way the KRYLL ambassador's skin darkened from pale green to aggressive crimson, the way his dorsal spines erected. She recognized the physiological markers of their species' berserker state, a hormonal cascade that overrode all higher reasoning. The KRYLL moved with surprising speed for a being that massed nearly 300 kilograms. His plasma rifle swung toward the Veltorian delegation. Security reacted too slowly, hindered by the diplomatic protocols that kept them at a careful distance. Lissa didn't think. Her body responded with the instincts of a species that had clawed its way to the top of Terra's food chain. She vaulted over the gallery railing, dropped 3 meters to the conference floor, and closed the distance to the KRYLL in 4 powerful strides. She didn't have her knife. She didn't have any weapon at all. She had her elbow. The strike caught the KRYLL at the junction of his throat and shoulder, a vulnerable spot she'd memorized from Coalition biological databases. The impact, driven by Earthborn muscles adapted to 1G gravity, would have killed a Veltorian outright. It merely knocked the KRYLL unconscious, his rifle clattering harmlessly to the floor. The room erupted into chaos, then shocked silence. "Deathworlder reflexes," Lissa explained calmly to the stunned security forces. "I apologize for the breach of protocol." The Veltorian guard from the checkpoint appeared at her side, all 4 eyes wide. "You saved them," he breathed. "With just, your body." "I'm afraid so," Lissa said. "You can confiscate our weapons, but you can't confiscate what we are. We're from Earth. We're built for survival." The guard's mandibles clicked in what she'd learned to recognize as respect. "Perhaps," he said quietly, "that is precisely why we need you here." The negotiations resumed 3 hours later, considerably more civil. The KRYLL ambassador, recovered and mortified, offered formal apologies. And somewhere in the station's security office, Lissa's confiscated knife sat in a locker, rendered entirely unnecessary by the most dangerous weapon she'd ever carried, herself.